If you have dormant cards from a long time ago that you haven't used in forever, here's the biggest myth that's out there. Jen, I heard that if I close my credit cards, it's going to go against me. That used to be true. Yes. However, with the update and the improvement and enhancements in these algorithms, it's not true anymore. It's more harmful for you to have a bunch of lines of credit out there because the algorithm is so sophisticated that it knows that if you lost your job and you had hard times, you literally could be in debt overnight and put all your living expenses on credit and be so indebted that those chances are higher that you're not going to pay your mortgage. So if you have credit available, even though you're not using it, you could, at the drop of a hat, you could be in debt overnight like this in a month. It could happen. So close any dormant cards. I would try to leave a card open that you've had for a long period of time. You're also awarded in the credit system for longevity. Okay. So make sure that you do that. For those of you that may not have a lot of credit, all you need is one card. You don't need to go open a bunch of credit cards. Just do one card. That's all you need. Keep it under 30%. You'll be just fine. And new credit, if you don't have any credit, or if you're like a young person, just graduating college, et cetera, you want to develop your own credit and not mooch off your parents' credit, because lenders, we sniff that out. We make you get off the authorized user of the parent, and we want to know what your standalone credit is. So parents, get your kids their own credit card. I got Diego a credit card this year because he's been mooching off my Amex, doing that. I got one in his name just for him. Of course, we know that I pay it. However, it's only in his name building his credit because I want him to have his own standalone credit. So that's really important too. Now, I will tell you some bad news before we get to the collection part. Experian Boost, those of you that are, well, I'm just going to say it. You're manipulating your credit to Experian Boost. You're trying to beef your credit up and you put rent and utilities and cell phone and all that on there. Lenders don't like that. It's not fair. I'm just the messenger. However, we already verify your rent on the side, so we don't need it on the credit. And utilities, we're like, okay, you're going to pay that because, nobody, at least where I live in Houston, nobody doesn't have electricity. Everybody has AC, okay? So it's hot here. So we know you're going to pay those bills. And unfortunately, those aren't, when your score is littered with those Experian, some people, we pull their credit, they've got like 6 or 7 Experian Boost accounts. We actually make you take those off to see what your credit is underneath. So I just want to let you know that. I think that costs some money. So it might boost you in other areas for other types of credit pulls, but for mortgages, be careful. And I just don't want you to be disappointed when we ask you to remove those. We need your other credit cards and car loans and stuff to be paid on time and to be good. Okay. So I just wanted to let you know that. All right. Remember to stick around because my checklist actually has step-by-step how to get rid of collections off your credit report. I cannot wait to tell you about it. But right now, what we're going to talk about is the truth about collections. Collections, when they're reported, it doesn't matter the amount. It could be $30. It could be that $30 late payment that you didn't realize you had, and it just kept accruing every month. And then they'll turn you into collection in a hot minute after a couple months. It doesn't matter the amount. It will drop your score 80 to 100 points. I mentioned my client a few weeks ago that we did the soft pull. I gave you that example. That collection that hit his credit 2 weeks after we pulled the credit, 80 points, y'all. He went from a 787 down to like a 680, 690. It was big. So collections, late payment are huge dings to your credit immediately. And they're very difficult to get off. But my checklist is going to go over secret hack, how to get what's called pay for deletion. I can't wait to tell you about it. Now, again, equal damage, $50, $30, or $5,000 or larger. It doesn't matter the amount of the collection. It is the same number of points that come off. It doesn't discriminate against amount. It's the action of the delinquency. It's that you ignored a bill, you ignored the notice. Either you didn't check your mail or you didn't care, or you might have been fighting with the medical insurance company. This happens a lot. I get it. No, medical insurance was supposed to pay it. So I'm here to tell you actually good news. This just happened in January. Medical collections now are being forcibly mandated that they get removed from your credit. So the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, in January of 2025 came out with a mandate saying, you know what, creditors, credit score companies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, you have to take away and not acknowledge in the scoring the medical collections, whether they're a zero balance or a balance for people, because it's not a good indicator. It's not a valuable indicator of whether or not they're going to pay the mortgage on time. Collections of medical stuff happen and they understand that. So this is a big win. I don't know when these are going to come off. It's going to take some time. This is affecting like 15 million people, y'all. Like a lot of people have medical collections. It's just kind of the way it is, right? And they're going to be slowly coming off. So if you think that might be applying to you, great news ahead. Okay. So I just wanted to let you know that. One thing I will mention on collections. Paying them to zero does not do the trick. It's great. And if you owe the money, definitely, I'm a very big proponent of doing the right thing and paying what you owe. When it comes to mortgage scoring, only deletion will improve your credit score. Very unfair. I'm just the messenger. You've got to get these deleted as if they did not exist. And there's a way to do it on Pay for Deletion. So stay till the end because I'm going to let you know how you can find out how to do that. I have made a credit playlist for you, just for you, for attending today. It's some of my best videos about credit that you can just binge on your own time. On my YouTube channel. So I have that playlist just on a silver platter because that's how I roll, y'all. I like to save you hours and hours and hours of research. Okay, I have a checklist called the Score Up Checklist. Score up, get it? Get your score up. Insider secrets to raising your credit fast. I've got letters done for you of exactly what to say. This is like a 10-page checklist. Letters on what to say when you dispute. How to get paid for deletion step by step. Links to some trusted resources that are going to save you months of research, hours of research. I've also got some information in there on I don't know if you've heard, but there was a recent lawsuit against Experian saying that they were very negligent in how they were reporting things. This could be the best time ever to dispute things. Like if you're a person like, if you're like, this is me, Jennifer, if you have disputed something in the past and you're like, what, this is like a whole scam. They didn't even do anything. Nothing happened or it didn't work. That's what the lawsuit was about. So this could be the best time in history because Experience on their toes, y'all. They do not want the government breathing down their neck saying they don't want a lawsuit. Like this is a big deal. So it could be a good time for you to go back in there and dispute things and have more success than you've had in the past. Of course, I can't make you any promises, but you got to do the work. And most of you have no idea how to do this. So my checklist goes through all these things step by step. How to pay for deletion. What do you say on the letters when you're disputing? And some other resources. And also it has a more granular info about the balances that I talked about. So normally this checklist is $249. It's a big thorough checklist. Like it took me hours to put that together, but because you're here today, I'm going to give it to you for just $47. And you're sick of searching online. You're sick of not knowing where to go, or you've got to rewatch an Instagram video 15 times because the lady talks so fast. Guess what? I put it all for you on one sheet so that you can just click on it and go there. If you think that this will help you in your endeavors and getting your score up, then there you have it. Because a lot of this you can do on your own, y'all. You don't need a credit repair person. Now, those of you that have lots of collections and lots of things that you have to fix, you might want to consider. But this checklist might be able to save you some time and some money. Get in the house that you love.